Okay, welcome to Traders Roundtable. I've got a 4-hour chart up here. I'm just going to do a quick scan of the market on this 4-hour chart and just get a feel for what the markets are potentially going to do this week. So I'm starting off with gold, and gold is, I've got the trend lines up there, and the main thing that, if we sort of pinch down, the main thing that's got me interested is just the way that, well, two things. A, we spiked up and sold into that high. Secondly, we've got a lot of support around here at 1188, 1190. On the face of it, it just looks as if this could roll over because we have. I take this off. You can see we just keep selling and we keep getting these legs down. And when we do spike up and break these highs, we immediately sell off. The same thing's happened today. We spiked up on news and almost instantly turn around and reverse. So gold is not happy. We'll just go up the time frames in a minute. These are monthly pivots down the right here, by the way. If they get annoying, I will take them off. So daily gold is just in that range. Ever since we pushed up to this level up here, 1125, we actually spiked to 1232. Any little highs at the moment are just sold. So at the moment, this looks as if we could start to break down. Typically, the gold season kicks off around about late summer, early autumn. You can see in last year we had a spurt up here from early October into late October. Here we have a squirt up into early Jan, but it's just not doing it, so I'm not interested in that at this stage. Just a quick look at where the indices are. Dow is holding up. Obviously, we've got 2 hours before the US market closes. And so we're hanging in there just. Let's look at the Nasdaq, because the Nasdaq was leading this. Okay, the Nasdaq's had potentially a good start to the week, assuming we don't sell into the last period. But at the moment, we are holding our own. And I based this box based on these highs in March. Let me just draw that a little bit further back. Tell you what, I'll draw it from here. So we spent a lot of time from February onwards trading around this box. At the moment we're sitting above the box. So it looks as if we could get, assuming we hold up here, into this week. But non-farm payroll on Friday, US jobs on Friday. And UK, European and CAD rates. European retail sales, we've got the Greece, I've got to pay X amounts of billions back on Friday, so the market's hovering around just waiting to see if there's going to be a deal with Greek creditors which will enable them to pay. Hi John, good to see you. I'm recording this anyway, so you've missed about 3-4 minutes. We only talked about gold mainly, we're just getting onto the indices now. Yeah, so with a couple of hours to go, this Nasdaq is holding up, and this Nasdaq was leading the US indices last week as opposed to the Dow, which was struggling. And here we are. I made some money out of the DAX today. I think I did one short and two longs or something, and grabbed. I think I grabbed about 60 points out of just looking at it in the Euro session and the US session. So you can see this trend line I've got here. We are holding up here. So as we go into Tuesday with not a lot of data. I got Aussie rates overnight. At the end of the Asian session, we have Aussie rates, so we'll definitely look at the Aussie pairs in a minute. But a little hammer here on this trend line. This is potentially a three-wave reversal pattern, which could send this back up to at least 12,000. RSI is around the midline, so keep an eye on that. Obviously it is news orientated, so we just got to be careful we don't get on the wrong side of that. These are weekly pivots up here, by the way, so you can just see the Nikkei has held the weekly pivot and is just testing R1 up there. So at the moment the markets are okay. Forex. We have CAD GDP, CAD jobs on Friday, when US jobs come out as well. I'm just looking to see if I'm actually short this. I've got literally just a tiny position at the highs. So I'm probably about break even here. So really just a mark a lot. I was about plus 10, 15 at one stage, but I'm probably back to break even here. The reason why I'm short is because you can see the RSI is high, the stochastics are high. We're at weekly R1, we're close to weekly R1 already. Topping tails here last week, but at the moment I'm close up here, and this is a consolidation pattern. And we have the 21 EMA punching through the 55. But on the bears, the case for the bears is just that reversal levels up here. So let's just see if that can. I've got very little on the table anyway. If it works, I'll add. Yeah, we start breaking down under 125 tomorrow, and I will just add to that and hold that. At least take my small position off at something like 250, 300, and then leave the rest on the table, assuming I've got 2-3 positions. Then see if I can hold that into Friday to see if the CAD can outgun the US dollar. I mean, in terms of fibs, okay, let's take that box off and let's look at this in just pure fibs. Pure fibs terms, let's put my other fib on. Expand that. In pure fibs terms, we're very, very close to, we're just above the main, this is the main zone. The fib levels up and around, either side of the 50%. But this is the main sort of, if this is going to roll over, if this is a retracement ready for the next way down, then strictly speaking I should have my stop above 600. So, but we're high. What else have we got? Let's just do an edit wave count. 1, 2. This is not a scientific thing, but that could potentially could still be in the middle of wave 3, because we had a 2-day pullback there, about a 2-3 day pullback there. So if I get stopped out, I'll sit back and then just see if this is going to test 700, 650, 700. But weekly, you can see from the move back from June last year to the highs in March. This is potentially, this looks better for the short. Now here's the major way down. This is the retracement. So if we do run out of steam here, that will create a very nice reversal bar in the weekly chart, and could give this a sell signal to come back to, that's the 21 EMA up there. So the 55, the weekly 55 is here at 117. So you can see why I am short, because this is potentially just a retracement from this push down from early March to mid-May. So looking for dollar weakness as we head into all this data we got. If it comes to non-farm payroll and I've got a decent buffer, then I will obviously manage to stop. If I haven't got much of a buffer, I will potentially just take it off. Like, if I haven't got much of a buffer in 4.5 days time, I'm not going to be doing very well anyway. So let's just keep that weekly up there, because we've seen quite a strong bounce in the pound, in the yen pairs today. This is the weekly chart on the pound yen, and that's sitting up at the weekly close, close to 190. We start breaking that tomorrow with UK construction tomorrow, UK services Wednesday, and UK rates on Thursday. Yes, UK rates on Thursday. This could push up. It's beige book on Wednesday as well. Beige book is, I think it's more information on the rate decisions in the US. So that tends to get quite a healthy look in. That may influence the markets. Okay, so yen, US dollar yen, I'm not touching, purely on the basis it's had a good run, and I think I'm just looking to see if the dollar is going to pull back here. That 50 is out of date. Oh, no, it's not. Yeah, we're looking at 2007 highs here, so we're just poking our head above the 2007 high here. So if we get rejected, I think this is coming back to 121. Potentially, well, we've got a reversal bar up there this week, that could come down further. That could come all the way back down to some of these support levels down here. So it's still getting bought. There's no reversal signals at the moment, but I am seeing some weakness in the dollar. I'm taking advantage of that, and there's plenty of time if you're not in these trades that I post in the room. There's plenty of time to get in these tomorrow. You know, the markets are just sort of laying out some stakes here. So tomorrow there are opportunities to get in these trades. Along the pound US at the moment, just again I've got I think I'm about plus 20, but barely plus 20. There's an hourly hammer, so if you have a look at that yourself, hammers are very often retested. So in the UK data tomorrow we get the hourly hammer retested and it holds, then we could tell that there's probably a decent chance for this one to come up. Let's put the fibs on the more recent price action. I want to hurry up with the Forex stuff because I want to talk to you about sectors, stock sectors. Yeah, there we are. 151.90 is a key fib level. If we go into tomorrow holding 152, or certainly in the Asian session, that could do well. Smack on the fibs. And euro. This was a good short in the as the US data came out. Now look, we've got a weekly hammer here, and all we're doing is retesting. So last week was a weekly hammer. We're retesting April 20th hammer. This has got the potential to push up here. The daily, let's look at the daily. The daily has been looking as if it's basing. We had a good 3 days last week. A week close. Let's take this off. We don't need this. A week close. All we're doing is testing this hammer. So we're testing the support from May 27. So as we open the month, as we open the week, all we're doing is retesting a decent level of support. So that bodes well for my pound US as well. Okay, so let's moving on quickly. Just look at the CAD pairs. This is EuroCAD. Now I've just got my eye on this CAD data on Friday. I've got Aussie rates tonight, or late evening for you, Kelvin. What I would do with the Aussie rates decision is look at the pound Aussie. You see, we're right on the cusp here. We're just attacking the highs from Feb 12. So that makes life a little difficult to judge that, because we're very high, right up against resistance. You're actually better off probably just not doing anything with it, but if we close above 200, 201, just buy a pullback to 200. Just because there's news out doesn't mean so you have to trade it. Quite often the day after news can sometimes be a lot easier, a lot more profitable to trade than trying to make a judgment on the news itself. Euro yen, that's looking the same as the pound Aussie, isn't it? I would this is probably one of the better charts out there. I think this looks as if it could just bust up. I think if we get the chance to buy 135, 750 tomorrow, we need to look at that, because yeah, that's a good start to the week, a very, very good start to the week. And if we break 13650 tomorrow, then that could do well. So the recap, I am looking for the dollar to lose strength. I'm short the US dollar CAD, long the pound US. Just looking to see if we can lose some momentum in this US dollar CAD, and as we get into non-farm payroll and CAD jobs, then looking to see if that can short. Building a bit of a buffer up here already, actually, but not much. I'm literally about plus 20, plus 30, I think. I can't remember my exact entry now. Any questions so far? Because I'm going to come away from that. Let's just look at oil. I thought oil was really good here last Friday, because we tested that 58.40 daily hammer and pushed up. Right, okay, no questions coming in, so we'll move on. Right, let's have a quick look at the miners and see where the miners are. Yeah, see the weakness in the commodities is dragging these gold stocks down, and you can see almost without exception so far, these miners are suffering. New Gold, nope. GG, nope, I wouldn't touch that. BHP, tough to short. I mean, they were great shorts around early May. They've just not held up, and any recent highs have been selling. Anglo American. No, I'll keep an eye on this sector. If it starts to base, any sense that the gold is holding, I will come back to the miners and look at them. They were good shorts up there in May. Just shows you how important the sectors are. Let's look at our UAL. I hope you're managing to stay in this one, because although it's taking its time, I do think. Let me just take these pivots off. I do think it's basing, but could potentially see a pop. It's a pity I suggested we got in. It's difficult, isn't it? It's great with hindsight, but that retraced back to its main support at 21.10ish, and has done well. So if we can just get a move, we're in this apex, just retesting the support on apex, which is healthy. If we can just start to close above 22, then we can do something. They could potentially get a nice pop and close above 23, and that could do very well. And the obvious place would be 25, 26. Facebook. I like Facebook. I think if you look at it on an intraday chart, there's actually a good buy at the open. nothing wrong with trading this like you would on a day trading stock. But if you can create a buffer, great. Then just keep your stop up, nice and low, and just sit in it. But 79.50. If you're not in this and you're interested in this, 79.50. I like Facebook a lot, and I think it's well worth a pop. Baidu we talked about, that is beginning to build. Not a particularly clean stock, it can be very volatile, so just keep an eye on it and see where we are. Right, food stocks. I'm interested in, I'm keeping an eye on Tyson Foods. Am I? No, I'm not. And the one I'm interested in is this one. Yeah, this one's got, it had a beautiful move up last year, and it's really suffering at the moment. So what I don't want to do is buy a falling knife, but I'm just keeping an eye on that one. I didn't realise that got so dented the last few days. So I'm leaving that. Monsanto. So these are agricultural supply organisations, and I think if we get the weather system that is being talked about at the moment in the agricultural industry, MON and POT could blast up. Okay, so it's been legging down. 1, 2, here we are legging down still, but look at the support down here. Look at the support. So this is okay, just keep a very clean eye on this one to see. Maybe we're going to come down and touch 30. If we do, that's fine. But if we hold this area, I would want to start to build a position in that one. Right. The other main reason for starting early is because I wanted to have a good look at the healthcare sector. Right, I'm going to look at some. These are UK healthcare sector stocks. We've got a quickly aging population with healthcare systems which are strained in all the developed worlds. So private healthcare organisations are doing well and could really motor. This is a UK stock, 950, big number, holding a fib level after this big push up here. Ideally I want a better price, but just keep an eye on this one. ANH. Another one is Cambion. This one is gone. So we're going to have to see if that one can pull back, because I certainly don't want to pay that price. I hope it doesn't run away and run away from me. NMC. This one is very interesting. I would like to see 750. This is a big pop up. Had one big move, pull back, 2 big moves, pull back. So if we can hold around some area around here, I would want to get interested. So NMC is quite high up my watch list. PHP has gone. Need a pullback in that one if you want to trade that one. That's had a decent run, so I'm gonna have to stay away from that one. SPI. Good one. I hope that pulls back. Let's just see if we can get a pullback to the trend line on that one. I'd want to see 350 and then see if that can push up to 40. This one is just on the watch list, CEMP. I'm checking. Bear with me. Right. Right. Okay. I have to leave that one. That's a mess. At the moment, it's a mess. But if we come down to 230, I would risk a trade on that. All right. Let's look at some now. Switching to the US. ISRG. I think this is a buy. I'm going to have to wait. $497. Going to try and wait for 497. Let's see if we close up here and then wait for 497. Because what it's climbed to 557 and dropped. So just want to make sure. We'll give that time. Make sure that this is going to find the buyers. A bit difficult to put a trend line in there, but that's sort of a mean average. So ISRH, Kindred Healthcare. I would trade that if we can get above 22.60. Gilead, got a feeling it's a buy, and that's gone. Sempra is definitely a watch. That could break up nicely. No, actually look out. Whenever it gets high, it drops hard. So I think I'm going to steer clear of that one. St. Jude, that's gone. Striker, I'll leave it. Teva, that's a pharmaceutical. Bristol Myers, no. This is a healthcare plan provider, that's gone. Alright, let's just look at some bellwethers, and then unless you've got any questions, I want to leave it there. So start thinking about any questions if you have any. Right, UK stocks. What do I want to look at? Any? I have got some more scanning to do on UK stocks. I've got Barclays, sloppy, but coming into support. It's been sort of linked to FIFA, so I think it's just experiencing some turmoil there, which is healthy. So I'll be looking to see if that can base a bit further down. 3i, that's been on a run. Anything takes my fancy. Nope. Just look at a couple of bellwether stocks. Diamond Offshore. This is getting interesting. Diamond Offshore. Yeah. Yeah. Just see how we handle this 30 mark, because I am looking to get in that one. Murphy. Where's Murphy? PTEN. Nope. Not now, not yet. Anyway, Murphy Oil. Okay, that's not doing it. Apache. Okay, I'm interested in the weakness of all these oil stocks because they've retraced back to the March breakout areas, so that's why I'm tracking this sector. Schlumberger. We'll look at a couple of US bellwethers. Schlumberger's oil services, that's holding up. As a long-term prospect, I think Schlumberger is good. It's not. It was up to 96.50 not that long ago. I would keep a very close eye on SLB. I think that could be a good option. So what I'm suggesting is, what I haven't got here is any shorts, and I think given the time of the year, I think we should have a balance between longs and shorts, and I haven't done enough work on shorting yet, so we'll come back to you on that. Of course, what I don't want to do is get too involved in this market, as we are just flailing around within apexes and so on. Right, any questions? Any stocks you're looking at? Let's have a look at. We looked at AA. I think I would still rate AA. Yeah, I am in this at 405. Yeah. It's struggling with low volume there, so if you're not in it, it may still come back. It looks a bit unhappy there. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, have a look at the intraday action on FB, because I think that was it's such a good stock. It's a very liquid stock, and sometimes those very liquid stocks, you can even day trade them. You can have a core position and day trade around it. Yeah, so I like FB a lot. I like a couple of the oil services, including DO and SLB. And those other stocks we've been looking at. Okay, anything else? eBay. I tell you what I had missed. eBay. Last year, over the last sort of 12 months or so, I've been tracking eBay quite a lot, and I've let eBay get away from me. That's not eBay. Let me just find eBay. There we go. Oh, can't believe it. It's had a look at that. 3 really nice. It's been in a horrible box for a long time. I'll say a horrible box. It's been in a box, but boxes are great. You just need to work through them. So where are we? October last year, we came out of the box at 48. Well, we dropped to 46.36. We held 48. Had a bit of a weak spot in January, but just look how this has been basing last week or so. If I just put the box around this big bar, the open and close of that big bar. So here on the 22nd of April we shot up, and on the 7th of May we actually retested the bottom of that bar, that range. Spent a couple of days, or 3-4 days, moving around this 76.30, 78, 75, and then last few days we've just done really, really well. That's the kind of stock, that's the kind of consolidation pattern you need to look at. Yeah, definitely. What I would do, in fact, I would copy the box. If I right click, if I copy the rectangle, stick it on the top. Right, I think eBay is going to 65. I would use the box as a target area, to set a target. Let's give another example, because I mean eBay has been boxing for a while in the ring. Let me try and find another example. eBay boxed here. Let me see if this box can. Yeah. You'd have to hold out until September 30th, and assuming you didn't, if you rode this up from here, from 48, then I would definitely be at least taking some off at 46, 45, 46. Starts to get nice around about late October. All right, unless you've got any questions, I will leave that. But eBay is a good one. I think a few of those I mentioned could follow that up. Alright, thanks guys. See you in the room tomorrow if you're around, and let's see what we can get out of the room. I'll be marking off those open ranges and see where they go. Okay, that's relatively nice and short tonight, that's good. Okay, plenty of time for questions another time, otherwise see you then. Thanks guys.